Thumbnails. Something that everyone loves in the Gorilla Tag community. And MrBeast thumbnails. They're kind of ridiculous looking if you ask. Anyways, you read the title of the video. Now let's get to recreating MrBeast thumbnails. Okay, now that we are here in Blender, I'm gonna click on open and select the Photopea rig. Now I'm gonna go to my files and then put up the MrBeast thumbnail so I can recreate it. And now what I'm doing is changing the gorilla's color code to mine, so it could be an accurate recreation. And my Blender tends to lag when I'm trying to change the color code, so if you see me going slow, it's because my Blender is lagging. And now I'm going to click on the name tag and go to edit mode so I can change the name to mine. And as you can see, I'm rotating the monkey to lay flat on the ground, just like how MrBeast is. And now I'm going to go back to my files to import the boat that MrBeast is laying on. And now I'm gonna put the gorilla's hand on his stomach, just like how MrBeast is doing in his thumbnail. I'm rotating the arm before I move the hand, because if I move the arm before the hand, it would have teleported back to its original position, and I don't want to have to redo that again. Oh, hi viewers. So, while we're here, how's your day been going? How's your day been going? Listen man, you don't want to see me when I get angry. Now I'm placing the gorilla's hand on his stomach just like how MrBeast did. Now I'm gonna change up the facial expression to make it more accurate. And I started doing that by squinting his eyes a little bit, just like MrBeast in his thumbnail. Next, I changed the mouth to make it look like it was scared. This is starting to look pretty accurate. All that's left to do is add the water. Now I went into my files to import the water. Okay, now that I've done that, I have to give it a texture. And by giving it a texture, I want us to go to find the water PNG. This one on the right looks nice, so we'll go ahead and save that to our downloads. And then I went on image texture, then imported the PNG to the project. Okay, now that I've done that, we're gonna add a few more things and then we're gonna move on to Photopea. Okay, here we are in Photopea. I clicked on file, then imported the thumbnail to the project. Then I went over to polygonal lasso so I could trace out the gorilla for further more detail. Then I click Ctrl CB, which will allow me to make a second layer of the gorilla. And by looking at the example thumbnail, I noticed that there was a little shine on the side of the boat, so I just added that to mine. Then I added a drop shadow at the bottom of the boat, just like how it is in the MrBeast thumbnail. I messed around with a little bit of stuff just to make it more realistic. And by doing so, I added a drop shadow to my gorilla and then started shading inside of the boat. Then I clicked on the background and then went to filter and then camera raw. And then I changed the whiteness and then the contrast and exposure. And then I did the same thing with everything else. And with that being said, I completed the thumbnail. I forgot to add the day 6 text. Yeah, this thumbnail is gonna get a lot harder. Okay, I opened up Blender, then selected the Photox rig so I could get started working on the thumbnail. Then I waited for it to load in. Then I moved the gorilla to the right and then rotated its head and body so it looked like the actual thumbnail. Then I went into my file so I could import the 3D pizza model. I changed the name to Miracle and then I changed the color code to mine. Then I went into pose mode and then put the gorilla's arm under the pizza to make it look like he was holding it. Now that I think about it, this is probably one of the most professional videos that I ever made. Bro, what the fuck are you doing? Then I did the same thing with the other arm, but put it on top of the pizza. Now moving on to Google for the background texture. I like this one on the right, so let's go ahead and save that to our downloads. And now that I've done that, I could go ahead and render it and then move on to Photopea. Same thing like last time, I went ahead and imported the thumbnail to the project. I added some inner shadow to the background and then I clicked on the burn tool and then added some highlights to the gorilla and the pizza. I clicked on the background, then went to filter, then went to camera raw to add a little bit of contrast, exposure, and then a little whiteness to it, just like the last thumbnail. And now that I'm done with everything, have a good day or good night and goodbye.